Tom Jackson has been going across Canada to help raise money for many important causes in different Canadian cities. And last night he made a stop in Winnipeg with his Stories, Song and Santa Causes tour. Take a look.
God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born upon this day to save us all from Satan.
So leap, learn, laugh. And what would the last one be? Love. Exactly. That's a social prescription. So when you're not feeling up to par, leap, learn, laugh, and love. I promise you, it'll make you feel better.
Tom has been doing concerts like this for over 3 decades, and his efforts have raised an estimated $250 million in cash and in-kind donations for food banks and disaster relief. I spoke with Tom a little earlier this week. Tom, it's great to have you join us here in studio. Now, many people will be familiar with your long-running holiday show, the Huron Carol, but what can people expect with this Stories, Songs, and Santa Clauses tour?
We have a commitment to bring people joy, to make them happy, because happy is healthy. And if we can make them happy, we can make them healthy. And if in fact we do that, we get to lift this weight that's been on people's shoulders for 2 years. And we've learned to live under the impact of COVID, but we have to get out of that. And we have to figure out how to have our children laugh, figure out how to make love a verb. Well, we don't actually have to figure that out, because we already know that, right? I mean, Christmas is a verb. That's why I don't just celebrate Christmas this year. Be Christmas.
Right. Yeah.
You've always done that anyway. I mean, for as long as you've been alive, Christmas was always a special event, and it was always special for children. And it's more important this year to concentrate on your children than it has ever been, because of the impact that this globe has had on our children. When they sit in front of televisions and they watch the news, or you hear about the impact of this conflict in overseas, and they get depressed. So we have to change that. Right? Give them a hug. There's a difference between a hug and a hold, by the way. You can give them a hold. This is a hug. Okay, that's a hug. This is a hold.
Well, certainly well said there, Tom. And now, as we mentioned in the intro, your philanthropy work over the decades has raised roughly like $250 million for those in need. Why has this work been so important for you?
Well, it's become my oxygen. I don't know what I would do if I wasn't in the world to help someone else. So I made a deal. I'm an old pool player, so I keep my deals. And I made a deal with a stranger who visited me 34 years ago. And I was living in this space that I was the architect of. It was a dark space. And this angel came to visit me, right? Real or not, said to me, I'm going to make you a deal if you want. I'm going to send you an angel that's worse off than you. And if you help that angel, I'm going to help you. So I took the deal, and I said, how will I recognize the angel? And he said, you won't. So I went looking, and I found that there were lots of angels that were worse off than me. And that brought me here to you.
And Tom, your Christmas tour is in support of food banks. Did you ever think that after all of these years of helping to raise funds for food banks, that need would continue to grow?
I think I knew that. There's always a gap between the haves and the have-nots, and that gap seems to be widening. And yeah, there are greater solutions that I possess. I'm just a Band-Aid guy. But I'm going to keep them alive and happy until you figure it out.
And you've received just about every major honor there is in Canada. I mean, the Juno, the Gemini Order of Canada. Is there any other achievement you'd like to check off your own Christmas wish list?
I think that I'd like to have those accolades that were bestowed upon me, have them bestowed on the leadership that makes change now, today. I mean, our leadership, First Nation people, have leaders who make significant difference. I was in Kamloops just the other day, meeting with the chief, and the kind of things that she's doing over there need to be recognized. It's not just us looking for reconciliation. It's us teaching reconciliation. It's us leading others, show them that we can help them. Right? It doesn't mean that we have to be like this. It means like we can go like this.
Yeah.
You know, and that there's a good lesson to be learned with that. We can lead by example. We can lead by helping others.
Well, Tom, that's a great way to end our little discussion here. Again, thank you so much for coming in and joining us and sharing a bit of your wisdom and your knowledge.
Yay. There's something that you can do. Stay with me for a minute. When we finish this conversation, I'd like you to go to the phone, wherever you are. Go to the phone, pick it up, and call somebody and tell them that you love them, and ask them to do the same thing. Because you know what's going to happen? In 5 minutes, the world will change. 5 minutes. I promise you.
Certainly powerful stuff there, Tom. Thanks so much for this.
See ya. Merry Christmas.